Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we save, making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. We'll be joined here by my brother Tim in just a little bit. Today we got 4 games in the NHL. I've moved on 3 of them so far. And then we got a full slate of MLB, and we got 3 games in the NBA playoffs. So we've got plenty of games to go over for today. I'm quickly writing down last night's results. There we go. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday, what went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting. And overall, it was a 9-7-1 up 1.55 units night for me. And it was no thanks to baseball or hockey. My game 3 theory really did not work in the NHL. It worked really well in the NBA. We'll get into that. But Lightning minus 115 was a loser. Isles first period, Isles full game, loser. Both those teams are now down 3-0, and I probably will be betting against both of them to get swept in game 4. The seasons are over for both those teams. Baseball was basically a break-even day, 3-1, down 0.2 units. First 5 under 3.5. Milwaukee, Pittsburgh lost in the first 5 innings. Pushed with Philadelphia, Cincinnati, first 5 under 4, but then won the next 2. Toronto, KC, first 5 under 4. Houston, Chicago, first 5 under 4. Won both of those. Nationals come up short. They lose 2-1, plus 172 loser there. Over 11, Colorado and San Diego finishes 10-9. And then the Yankees run line was a loser. They lose 3-1 to the Oakland A's of all teams. So there's that. And the saving part of the night was the NBA. And I was a first half Sixers away from a clean 7-0 sweep, which this was one of my better NBA days that I've had. Tripled up on the Magic, which was probably my favorite play of the day was Orlando, just because the way the market moved and the way everything worked in that game. Orlando went from dog to favorite. The public was on the Cavs, and I had the first half -2, the full game -130, the team total over 100.5 with Orlando. Smashed. Philadelphia first half -3.5 lost, but the full game they won. They won by double digits. It's now 2-1. Sixers are still alive in that series. So are the Magic. The Lakers are not. But we did cash twice on the Lakers last night, and I was pissed because my plan for the game was cash Lakers first quarter -1, cash first Lakers first half, as telemarketers are calling me. Not right now. All right, cool. And then live bet the Nuggets at halftime. And I was watching that live line. I was just waiting for it until halftime. I saw plus 170 for the Nuggets with about, I think, a minute and a half left in the half. And then by the time it got to halftime, it was plus 105, and I was so frustrated that the line had moved that much that I didn't want anything to do with the Nuggets, and the Nuggets win easily. So Nuggets lead that series 3-0, so they're on their way to another series win over the Lakers. I went 6-1 yesterday, up 4.90 units in the NBA. So an awesome NBA playoffs yesterday, kind of makes up for the last few days, which have been pretty poor with the Celtics last game. And I think it was the Suns the day before. So overall profitable day. So definitely can't complain there. And we will get into today's card here in just a second. We'll head over to the chat first, though. Let's take a look here. DeSmith, you suck. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. They play tonight. They didn't play last night, DeSmith. So live Nuggets plus 225. There you go. Supness. Nuggies is sweeping. Yeah, I could say that. Then Braun gonna say it's just basketball and his time is done in so many words. Yep. Canes and Panthers sweeping. Yeah, unfortunately the Canes are sweeping them. Yep. Morning, Brandon. Yo, what's up, Nick? Nick, what's good, Asai? Thanks for going live every day for us. Appreciate it. Lost 4 units on baseball, but gained 5 units on the NBA. So it was a weird day yesterday. Yeah, it's always weird when the play that the game, the sport that saves me is the NBA. That's never the case. Usually the NBA is the reason why I have negative days. So yeah. Is Igor and Rangers going to play good? Do we 1.5? Caps stink. I am on the Washington Capitals. I did a free pick video on that game last night. I am on the Washington Capitals at plus 145. Game 3, you're at home, down 2-0. It's just the thoughts I take. Hit the like button. Appreciate it. And I'm 16-3 now on NHL moneyline bets. I have to go back to take a look at how the playoffs have been. I don't think the playoffs have been particularly great so far. I would have to go back and take a look at when they started during them. But yeah, playoffs I think are off to a shaky start in the NHL for me, for sure. Welcome,
Morning.
Tim. Morning.
What were we doing? What were we
Recapping yesterday?
It sucked. Oh,
It
it was really bad. I didn't even add the Nationals bet in there from yesterday, so it is even worse than I thought. That's 4-2. What? Come on. It was down a nice chunk. If I could find.
Yeah.
Cool. Yesterday was down 5.4 units. The only thing that was good for us was basketball. NBA went 2-1. I had Cleveland, which wasn't even close. I had the over in the Knicks game, easy money there. And there's no way that the Lakers lose another one in a row to the Nuggets, right? Yeah, Nuggets money line 101.
You know, Tim, though, we had that game perfectly scripted. Lakers first quarter, Lakers first half, Nuggets full game. Perfectly scripted.
I mean, it's not like they blew another double-digit point lead again, right? But everything else sucked. We had 3 plays in the MLB, the under in the Pirates game. It was either the under or the Brewers, and we chose the under. Fantastic. Boston was a loser, and Washington was a loser. BHA was a loser in EPL, and then the Islanders and Lightning were both losers in the NHL. Those series are essentially over now. Man, I remember when everybody was saying that the hockey playoffs were the most exciting. There's already 2 3-0 series, and there's probably going to be another one tonight.
I disagree with that, but yeah.
Well, there could be the potential of another 3-0 series tonight.
There's 2 more potentials at it, and one of them is because the home team lost the first 2 games.
That's right, Vegas.
I have full intentions on fading Dallas the rest of the time now.
Yep, me too. But I have Vegas futures and I have both of them futures. But anyways,
I was hoping that Dallas would at least string this along 6-7 games so Colorado can beat Vegas in the next round. But
I have Vegas going to the Cup, so. But
I have Colorado going.
Yesterday sucked. Besides basketball, basketball was nice.
Oh, NBA was great yesterday, which was weird. Yeah, we already.
Oh, sorry.
It was right there.
Good morning. Jets in Colorado, I think, going to be tough.
I've already moved on the Avs -1, and I'm interested in the Avs team total over as well.
Morning, Brad. Good morning, my brothers in chat. Let's smash these books today. Good luck, Let's get it. You can still lose the series up 3-0. Bruins last year. No, they did not.
They were up 3-1 last year.
They're up 3-1. Who's the most recent? There was a team that most recent.
Yeah, it was the Vegas Golden Knights against the San Jose Sharks. And then before that, it was the LA Kings who came back from down 3-0, and then it was the 2010 Flyers against the Bruins. And I believe the 1975 Islanders came back from down 2-0 or 3-0 as well.
Most recent, it says the most recent example of a 3-0 comeback was in hockey in 2014, where the LA Kings came back.
No.
I have to find the teams to overcome 3-0 deficits. LA Kings 2014 versus the San Jose Sharks. Also in hockey, 2010, here's who do you call it? What Robert's saying. The Philadelphia Flyers came back from 3-0 over the Boston Bruins. That's hockey. Obviously, the Red Sox did it against the Yankees. Most recent, that was not the case. No, 1 on 21.
Did I? San Jose won game 1 of that series. Never mind. It was a 3-1 series lead. The Sharks won the last 3 games.
And then the most recent anything for NBA, the Celtics and Heat in the conference finals last year
went to game 7.
The Celtics became the first team to host a game 7 after trailing 3-0 in a series. They lost that game, but they became the first team to host one like that. And then that's a bunch of overseas leagues that we don't care about. All right. I just want to see what that looked like. Preds today. No. Canucks.
Yes.
Nick repping the jersey.
Preds win that series.
Line. That building is insane tonight.
I haven't. That's actually the only game I haven't moved on yet, which I'm going to. But yeah.
Well, then let's go to this game first.
Yeah. We have the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. The Rangers minus 170 favorites, total 5.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history if it'll load, which that's always a fun thing to try to get to do. We'll head over to the cash flow when that's loading because I decided to switch over as we're trying to break down these games. Where we have 63% of tickets and 80% of the cash is on the New York Rangers in this one here. 98% of tickets, 82% of cash on the over in this spot here. Taking a look at the line history where it opened up at a 185 and it's dropped all the way down to a 169. So we do have a move towards the Washington Capitals in this game. Line opened up at a 5.5 minus 108. It's a 5.5 at minus 114 with the line coming in on the over. That makes sense. And for me, this one is the only game that falls into this category today. Home team trailing 2-0 in the series. Pretty plain and simple for me. It didn't work yesterday. But I think this is the last opportunity in the first round for me to do that. Because the only other one up 2-0 is at home. They're up 2-0, not down 2-0. So I'm on the Capitals. I'm on the Capitals money line. I'm interested in the Capitals first period a little bit as well, but I'm not going to play that. I look for these teams that are down 2-0 in the series to steal game 3 at home. I do think this is Rangers in 5, and I think the Capitals win this game. So I'm on the Caps plus 145 in this spot.
It's just tricky for me to want to fade the Rangers. They've looked so strong so far. I mean, they almost collapsed last game, but they've just looked really solid so far. But this is first game in Washington. If Washington was to win a game, it's going to be one of the next 2. Because well, you know what? That's a stupid statement. Of course, it'd be one of the next 2. Going into the series, you could have said that because they don't play as well on the road. If you bet the Capitals both game 3 and game 4, are you profitable? Maybe. Is it something I need to get involved in? No, not really. Maybe an over in this game. I could see that. I don't mind an over. I could see it easily a 4-2, 4-3 type of game. But is it a game that I bet? No.
Fair.
Rangers money line in a parlay. Rangers puck line. Adam Fox assist, a Benedict assist. Canucks and Capitals. I like it. I like the Canucks. Panarin over 1.5 points. Lafreniere assist 3 games in a row with an assist. There you go. Let's keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Vancouver Canucks taking on the Nashville Predators. This series heads to Tennessee now. Heads to the Volunteer States, Nashville, for this one, Bridgestone Arena, Nashville, Tennessee, where we have this game of pick'em with a total of 5.5 in this game. We saw this line open up at a 130 for Nashville, and it's plummeted, which is interesting there. And the line opened up at a 5.5 minus 125. It's now a 5.5 minus 127. Actually, let me take a look at what this line opened at. Because I think this is a case where, I think this was before the Demko news and this line dropped. No, maybe, I don't remember. I think that's the reason why this line dropped, is because now they know it's DeSmith for the full series here, but that wouldn't explain the line moving to Vancouver though. That's interesting. That's confusing. This is why I don't pay attention to line moves in hockey. 45% of tickets, 58% of the cash is on the Preds, with the line moving against them, but that's still a confusing line move. 97% of tickets, not 86% of the cash on the over in this game. Line moving towards the over in this spot. I kind of lean under in this game. But I think I'm going to move on the Preds in this game. I like the Preds to win the series. I got plus 140 for the Preds to win the series. And I think I'm just going to back the Preds every game now. With the Smith in net for the Canucks. I do think that is a significant step down. And if they were going to win a game with the Smith in net, I think it would have been the first game where they rally around the Demko injury. But I don't see that here. I'm going to get the Nashville Predators here at minus 110 over on Bet365.
Did Demko start? Oh, it was DeSmith last game. Did DeSmith start or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I still think I'm on the opposite side. I'm on Vancouver. I still think Vancouver wins the series. I think that people might overreact a little bit to the Demko news. Yes, I know DeSmith is nowhere near the quality of Demko. But when it comes to it, this line, I'm going to take Vancouver here. So I'm going against you, but I feel like we're against each other on a couple of series. So we'll see how that goes. You've got your Florida one pretty much locked up.
Problem is I haven't bet Florida at all that entire series. I have their future to win the West and win the Cup, but I haven't bet them at all. As a matter of fact, I've lost money on that series because I bet Tampa Game 3.
Yeah, but
I'm bet Florida Game 4.
But I'm still against you on this one. I like Vancouver over Nashville, and I know I'm going to be against you if it's Colorado versus Vegas next series.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. ESB, my guys, what's up? Did you watch the Empire yesterday with the manager? No. Brock Burser over 2.5 shots. Preds puck line, Forsberg points, Ryan O'Reilly assist, Yossi and Nunquist assist, Forsberg over shots. DeSmith, you suck. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's not your fault, DeSmith. It's not. Let's go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Colorado Avalanche taking on the Winnipeg Jets. The Avalanche minus 165 favorites, total 6.5 in this game. I've already moved on this spot here. Line opened up at a 165. It's still at 165. It's bounced up and down. It got all the way down to a minus 157. It's got all the way up to a minus 172. Right back to the 6.5 or 165. Line opened up at a 6.5 minus 110. It's a 6.5 minus 109. Now, 1 cent line movement towards the under. We have 88% of tickets, 84% of cash is on the Avalanche in this game here. With the line, or on the over, my bad, with the line moving slightly towards the under, 93% of tickets, 70% of cash on the Avalanche. But yeah, so we do have the line moving towards Colorado, though. Actually, no, it moved up, and there's been some buyback on Winnipeg. I've already played this game. I bet the Avalanche -1, -108 last night. I looked for the Avalanche to take care of this series. And I said this heading into the series. I don't see the Winnipeg Jets as a playoff-style hockey team. I just don't. Their power play is not good enough. Their penalty kill is not good enough. I think they're overly reliant a little bit on Connor Hellebuyck. And this is something I've seen for a while now that I wanted to fade the Winnipeg Jets in the first round of the playoffs, and it matched up against a team I like to go really far in the playoffs, the Avalanche. And this became pretty simple for me. Now, I would also lean towards taking a team total over with Colorado or a first period puck line with Colorado if you're looking to get a little extra on Colorado here. But I'm on Colorado -1, -108. I've got them to win the series also at -130. So I like the Avalanche to win the series. I think they win it in 6. And I think they take both games in Colorado. So I'll be on them both games in Colorado. Colorado -1 for me.
Yeah, I'll be riding with that one with you. Colorado is the better team in the series, although Winnipeg has been really hot going into the playoffs. They finally lost a game. They lost game 2, which was their first loss since March 30th. They'd went almost 3 weeks without a loss. So this has been a Winnipeg team that's been really hot as of late, but Colorado's the better team in the series. They've got the better pieces. And if Colorado, they put 11 goals past Hellebuyck in 2 games. I don't know if that's happened with Hellebuyck at all this year, where he's had that bad of 2 games. And I could easily see him having another rough one tonight. Or even, what about an under? I know that may sound crazy, but like a 3-1 type of game could be in the picture.
Why not? Because what have we seen the first 2 games of the series?
2 overs. So
what if we transition cities and in Ball Arena? And here's the thing, and we've seen this with the Nuggets at home, Colorado as well. Great live bet team. If Winnipeg scores first, live bet Colorado. If Winnipeg leads at all in this game, live bet Colorado, because in the third period they're going to take over, just like in the third and fourth quarter the Nuggets take over.
Yep.
So Colorado, I think, and that's the one thing playing in Colorado makes it so tough is that they're conditioned to play in Colorado and you're not. So, yeah.
Yo. What's up, Mr. Kryptonite? Avs money line. Got a puck line it. Ragnan and Nichushkin over 3.5 shots. Take some shots. Orioles. Yes, Orioles. Stupid
Orioles are creeping up into a potential situation today. We'll get into it.
No. McKinnon and Rantanen over 1.5 points. Then I'm going to do my post before it gets up that high. Makar and McKinnon 2 assists. Rick Bowers is from okay. So he's from New Brunswick. Fun. That's Eastern Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Scheifele assists. Georgiev doesn't have great numbers against Jets, but the offense can back him. Ballerina, a.k.a. the Nutsack. I don't know if that's true.
Nutsack.
Could be. Let's keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah, I moved on this game last night. I kind of see where this line's moved because on one book, it's moved 10 cents since I bet it last night. Now you're gonna have to -1 it if you want them, unless you have no problem laying $1.40, which I think that's the ceiling that I like to lay is $1.40. Let's get into it though. We have the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. The Oilers were on $1.40 favorites with a total 6.5 in this game. Line opened up at a 130. It's up to a 139. So we've had to move towards Edmonton. Line opened up at a 6 at -125. It's now a 6.5 at +105. So move towards Edmonton and a move towards the over. And this one here, 90% of tickets, 95% of cash on the over, which explains the line move towards the over. And then we have 66% of tickets and 71% of cash is on the over. So the big bets. In game 2, my interest in backing Edmonton game 3 raised significantly, because this potentially could have been a Kings money line spot down 2-0 in the series if they lost that game in overtime. I got the Oilers at minus 130 last night. If you can find a 140, that's the highest I'll go in this series. If you kind of tempted to see what this is, why not a little late night 2-teamer? Colorado Edmonton. Can get around plus 190 odds for it. Plus 180, plus 190 odds. 2-teamer Colorado Edmonton. Could be an interesting look. But for me, I'm just on the Oilers. I got them at minus 130. And I lean towards their team total over as well, because if they do win this game, they're gonna put up 4. What is their team total? Plus money for 3.5. I think I might add both Colorado and Edmonton team total overs. Both of them 3.5. Edmonton plus money. The Avalanche like minus 110. So I lean towards those as well, but I'm on the Oilers at minus 130 for tonight.
Yeah, it's Oilers or nothing. I thought that the Oilers were going to win the last game by margin, and they ended up losing that one in overtime. Beautiful goal, by the way, in overtime. So can't really get mad at that one. I like Edmonton to keep rolling, because this was a Kings team that was not as good at home as they were on the road for most of the year, and I could see the Oilers really getting on them early. Maybe Oilers first period for full game type of deal. If you want to not have to lay juice as much, first period money line, full game money line, some kind of deal. Could be interesting. Or I would have to take their puck line. Or maybe even even in regulation. You could probably, I know you'll get a better number in regulation than -1, but
you'll get about even money in regulation. -1, you'll get a much better number.
Okay. But I would go Edmonton here.
Yeah. Which, for those who don't want to lay the juice, over on Bet365, Edmonton -1 plus 117.
There you go. Any thoughts for the Astros in Colorado? They do not play today, so I got nothing for today. They don't play today?
No. It's a 2-game series, interleague.
Heard. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Oilers moneyline, yes. McDavid 2 assists, Brosher assist, over 6.5 in this game. Sure. Oilers puck line for you. Nugent Hopkins 2 points. Hyman at 2 points. There you go.
Yeah.
Draisaitl 1.5 points. Sure. Live bet Nuggets -5.5. There you go, dude. I love to see it. Oilers goalie sucked last game, but so did the Kings. The Kings won. His name is McJesus for a reason. That's fair. Yeah. Those are the NHL playoff games. Now let's jump into the NBA playoff games, Nick.
Yeah, this game kind of has my attention, because this game, and I feel like similar to the Phoenix game as well. I mean, the Phoenix game falls into a different category for me. This game feels so obviously wide that the Pacers probably win this by double digits. Let's get into this line history here, and so let's see if I want the 6, because that's the next question: is do the Pacers win number 1, and do I want to lay 6 number 2? This line opened up at a 4, it's up to a 6, which is telling me no Giannis. Line opened up at a 224.5. It got all the way down to a 221.5. It's back up to a 223.5. It still moved a point towards the under since the opening line. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have, let's see. Here we go. Well, what is this doing? NBA. Load. I did not click college football. Please go to the NBA. Thank you.
You're betting college football today? Who are you betting college football?
No. Yeah, no. Apparently Action Network thought I'd click college football instead of NBA. Where we have 56% of the tickets and 71% of the cash is coming on these Pacers. Line moving towards them. So market respect for the Pacers here. 89% of tickets and 86% of cash is on the over in this spot with the line moving a point towards the under. It's Pacers or nothing for me if I had to bet the game, but I really don't feel the need to bet this game. Maybe this is a spot where if the Bucks jump out early, you can get a better number on the Pacers. But is this the game where I know this is a 1-1 series right now? Giannis and Middleton return game 4 and they punt in game 3. It's kind of what it's telling me. Kind of tells me we back the Pacers game 3 and then we go to the Bucks for game 4. Is kind of the way I would like to approach this. The only question is, do I want to lay 6 points? And the answer really is no. Now, can I see this game being a double-digit spread? Absolutely. Or a double-digit game? Absolutely. We're actually starting to see 6.5s pop up. 6.5 on ESPN Bet. 6 is most other places. 5.5 on BetMGM. I'm tempted at that 5.5 at BetMGM, laying it with the Pacers here in this spot. But I'm not a huge fan of this card today. I'm just not. I don't know what it is.
I got plays on every game. But I also really like certain things in this series, so I'm going to keep kind of riding those things. First one is I still believe that the Pacers win this series. It's 1-1, and they're favored for a reason, and it's a big spread, yes. Luckily, I got them at 5.5. So I got a little bit of a better number. It's up to 6.5 on some books now. And I thought it exactly the same way you did. This line just seems so wide that, the Pacers are going to win and cover this game. Because we saw that yesterday where maybe some lines were a little bit wider than you expected, like the Magic being they got to 3.5 point favorites. I thought that was a little bit wide. They won and covered. And how about the Sixers after being down 2-0? And that it just seems like the lines are wide for a reason. I'll be on the Pacers. I got -5.5.
I want to move on the Pacers here. I'm not going to hum and haw over it. I'm going to take the 5.5 here on BetMGM.
Yep. Avs in regulation, only hockey play I like today. Man City cooked yesterday. Yeah, BHA was not the play. I checked into the game 23 minutes in, and it was 3-0. I said, all right, that's a loser. College baseball, you're going a little bit A&M action. Let's go pull up college baseball. Because I did bet a couple of things. So you like Texas A&M. Who do they got? I think I'm on the opposite side. Where is A&M? A&M's got Georgia. I kind of was looking at Georgia plus 205, to be honest. You went to Arkansas. Arkansas gets Florida. Fine. I'd have to run line it, though. LSU, absolutely not. I don't trust LSU at all. Who did they get today? They get Auburn. It would have to be Auburn or nothing for me in that game. And Cal Santa Barbara versus Fullerton, you're probably going to have to run line that. Unless this is all a parlay, because these are all big chalk plays. I'm going to be putting them into the chat in a minute. I'm on Boston College plus 150 versus Virginia to take the series over Virginia already. I'll take Louisville plus 115 over number 5 Clemson. I'll take number 6 Duke minus 120 at home versus number 10 Florida State. I'll take Notre Dame money line plus 275 versus Wake Forest. Give me Ole Miss. They're plus 110 at home versus Alabama after getting blown to smithereens last night. Give me Texas plus 110 on the road at Oklahoma. I believe that's Oklahoma. Yes, at Oklahoma after Oklahoma just got ranked again. And we're going to end the night with a little bit of Arizona State minus 130 to finish on that. And Nick, before you ask, no, there's not a line on the East Carolina game.
Lame. Okay.
Pacers are nothing. Yes. Jumped on the pacemakers when they were 3.5. Nice. Good call, Mendoza. Wish I would have thrown Man City. Took Real Madrid. Plus 195 feels disrespectful. No, it's about right with their players out. I'm on it, Nathan. I'm doing Madrid money line and doing Madrid money line in the under when the line pops up. Good luck. Are the good players back for the Bucks? No, they're not.
No,
threw pizza money on the parlay.
That's why this line's 5.5.
There you go. Plus 200s. I got you. These lines are disrespectful. Plus 160 for the Wolves and Clippers. I'm on the Clippers. I'm not on the Wolves, but we're actually about to talk about the Clippers.
Yeah, it's been an interesting series. This one where we kind of saw with no Kawhi game 1, Clippers took care of business, but then game 2 is when reality hit and the Mavs took game 2. Let's take a look at the line history here in this spot. We had back to Dallas tied 1-1. With the Mavericks opening up at 3.5-point favorites, they're up to a 4.5 now. Line opening up at a 210, it's up to a 212.5. So we have a move towards the over. We have a move towards the Mavericks in this game here, with 54% of tickets, 50% of cash on the Mavericks. The line moved a point towards them. And then we have 11% of the tickets and 46% of cash on the money line. So public on the Clippers money line here. 45% of tickets, 84% of cash on the over in this spot as well. I'm tempted on the Mavericks here. I would lean Mavericks, and this may sound super square. I kind of think all 3 favorites win today. We see, and you can probably I know this sounds square. You can money line parlay all 3 favorites today. I think you can potentially win. So, I mean, I would look towards, maybe if you don't want to lay the points with the Pacers, Mavs, Pacers Suns, Mavs Suns, whatever. I'm leaning Mavericks in this game personally.
I'm more on the Clip show. This is a Clippers team that I think wins the series. And I'm gonna keep riding them throughout the series because I feel like if I bet them every single game, it's going to be profitable over the entire series because obviously I think they win the series. I did take the plus 4.5. I did not take the money line, although the money line is probably nice and juicy. What are the Clip show doing for money line? Plus 165. So yeah, plus 165. So I would have to be it's the Clippers for me in this one. Once again, this is in the beginning of the series. One of the most popular series picks that I saw was Dallas. All over Twitter is all over Dallas, and I went, all right, I'm going to take the Clippers. I got the Clippers in this series, so I took them plus 4.5 here.
Good luck. Yeah, I'm staying off this game. I'm more interested in the last one.
Spankies minus 120. Who did the Yankees got today?
Milwaukee.
Ooh, Milwaukee, you say? Clippers money line, yes. Kawhi Leonard is the best player in basketball. No, not even close. Let's head to the final NBA game of the day, Nick, and then we got some baseball.
Yeah, and this was the game I had full intentions on betting. If I was going to isolate one game, it'd be this one. And I think I'm going to do similar to what I did with the Magic yesterday and what I did with the Sixers yesterday. Take them first half of the ball game. We have the Phoenix Suns opening up at a 3.5 up to a 4.5 now. Line opened up at a 209. It's down to a 207.5. We do have 86% of the tickets are on the Suns and only 49% of the cash. So it looks like the public on the Suns in this game, but the line moving towards them still moves towards a point towards them. So kind of interesting there. 97% of the tickets, 90% of cash on the over in this spot as well, with the line. I believe the line moving down in this game. And I had full intention of betting this one. It's going to be Suns first half, Suns full game for me. Wow, they're not making it a bargain to back the Suns first half at all. There's minus 3.5 in the first half and minus 4.5 full game. Both on Bet365. I'm going to bet them at. Suns first half minus 3.5, full game minus 4.5.
I'm on the Suns already. I still think the Suns have a chance to win this series. And the fact that they've gone from 3.5-point favorites to, I'm seeing some 4.5s already, tells me everything I need to know. The fact that they've gotten blown out both times, or not blown out, but they got blown out the first game, and then they lost by 12 the second game. This will be my last shot at them because I still think they have a chance to win the series. I think this series goes 7 games. So when it comes to it, I'm on the Suns to finish out the card for the NBA. When it comes to betting playoffs, I like to pick a team most of the time and stick with it, and stick with them the entire series. So that's what I'm going to do. Although I had the Timberwolves in game 1, which was nice. I'm going to be riding the Suns throughout the rest of the series.
Yes.
T-Wolves money line from a Minnesota fan. I like this fun clip show team with all stars. Wes, Harden, Kawhi, PG-13. Yeah, it's a good team. So, morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Some baseball?
Yeah, I guess. We'll get it started here in Detroit. And we have, at least in the sports betting industry, two of my favorite words, daytime baseball. 1 o'clock game between these two teams, where we have the Tigers around -110, -115, pick them around 7.5 your total in this game here. And I'm loading up the let's transition over from basketball to baseball for this here, where we have 22% of the tickets and 76% of the cash on the Royals in this game here. 55% of tickets, 59% of the cash is on the over in this spot as well. So let's see if the line moves are correlated with that, where we have this line opening up with Detroit as -112 favorites. It's up to a 124 now. Wow. The line opened up at an 8. It's down to a 7.5, even with the money coming in on the over in this one here, which definitely piques my interest at an under. Let's get into the pitching matchup here, and we'll take a look maybe at the there we go for the weather in this game as well. Seth Lugo and Reese Olson. Lugo at 2.03 ERA, 1.19 whip, 4.06 strikeouts per 9, which is 11%, 2.03 walks per 9, a 2.75 BABIP, but 3.87 FIP, and a 5.02 SIERA. On the flip side, Reese Olson, 3.8 ERA, 1.45 whip, 7.59 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 3.38 walks per 9, a 3.43 BABIP, a 3.02 FIP, and a 4.17 SIERA. Bullpen advantage does go towards these Detroit Tigers, and the hitting advantage goes towards the Royals, though, 105 WRC plus, which is 8th against righties, compared to the Tigers 23rd in baseball with 89 WRC plus. Taking a look at the weather in this game here, where we do have wind blowing towards the first base side around 11.5 to 12 miles an hour. So we have, I think we have enough here for me to move on a first 5 under, where we have the market moving towards the under, more money and more tickets are on the over. We have the weather blowing in. We have 2 pitchers that I can semi-trust, and we have offenses that can struggle at times. Fanatics is FanDuel giving me -132 for a 4.5. I love that hook. And I know it's juicy at 132. It's either that or first 5 under 4 at -110 on Bet365. I'm gonna figure out whether or not I want to lay the extra 22 cents for a hook. I kind of do want to lay that for the hook, just to have in case of a 2-2 game or a 3-1 game, it be a winner instead of a push. But I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper into this because actually I'm seeing the first 5 under 4 at even money on ESPN Bet. So I want to see what they're offering for a 4.5 as well. But I'm gonna look towards this first 5 under.
Man, I wanted to look towards Kansas City, but it's a AL Central versus AL Central matchup, and because I do not have a good track history with them, I look at it, I cross it out, and I move on kind of deal. So I'm gonna keep on doing that because I don't feel like there's a point in me doing that in betting these games. So this one's gonna be another kind of stay away spot for me. Or to start the card. Even though it's an early game does not mean you have to bet it.
I'm taking first 5 under 4 at even money.
I'm going to the Capitals game tonight. Capitals money line and the under. Get it, Untouchable. Yeah. Have fun. On a little Jose Buto for today. I like Jose Buto. Lenny's Detroit Motor City Kitties. Okay.
Yes.
I went opposite Tigers money line in the under. Nashville puck line in the under. Avalanche puck line in the over. Royals. Olsen at home pitches better. I don't trust Lugo's ERA. He's only faced bad offenses. Fair. Usually,
what are the Tigers?
Huh?
What are the Tigers? They're not a good offense.
True. Usually, Oilers same game parlay over / anytime goal scorer Hyman and Bouchard point. I like it, Nick. I have the first 5 under. I want the Nerfy for the afternoon game, but it's Tigers, so pass. Might parlay with Cubs first 5 and the under. First 5 under. And what up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash today. Hit the like button, people. Such appreciation. Subscribe and share. The rest of that's supposed to say Timmy. You know that the saying, and the saying is "Let's go Nuggets." Anyways, I gotta go put my thing up on Twitter.
Yeah, I need to take a look to see where these lines are.
Could this be a cash cow today?
Wow. No, it wouldn't be a cash cow spot. Because the line has moved towards the Oakland A's. I saw it minus 290s across the boards and a couple minus 300 popped up. Now I'm seeing 250s and 270s. Like, what caused this line to drop 20 cents? Let's take a look here. Line opened up at a 270. It's down to a 255 now. So the line's moved away, so it avoids the minus 300 fade for me. So we can start with that. Line opened up at an 8 minus 105. It's now a 7.5 at minus 102. So we do have a move towards the under, and we have a move towards the Oakland Athletics in this game here. 96% of the tickets are on the Orioles with 99% of the cash on them. 98% of the tickets, 98% of the cash, over 8,552 tickets in. And the line moving towards the under, which definitely screams under in this game for me. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. The one thing that kind of scares me with that, Ross Stripling's been terrible this year. 5.34 ERA, 1.57 WHIP, 6.91 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%. 2.51 walks per 9, a 3.76 BABIP, 3.37 FIP, and a 4.31 Sierra. On the flip side, Corbin Burns, 2.76 ERA, 0.92 WHIP. He's looked good. 8.9 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%. 1.53 walks per 9, 237 BABIP, but 2.46 FIP and a 3.13 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Orioles in this game. Hitting advantage, a big one towards the Orioles. 123 WRC plus, which is third last 30 days versus righties. On the flip side, the Oakland A's, 28th, which is 81st. The ultimate question for me in this game is whether or not Ross Stripling could pitch well enough for this first 5 under. And I don't know. So I lean first 5 under. I don't know if I want to trust Ross Stripling now.
I did it. It's part of the experiment, and it's Orioles every single day. I found their money line at minus 250, and I found a run line at minus 115. So search around. It's not all minus 185, minus 285. So I was able to get a little bit better. Was the bet online number when I typed this in this morning. Fair. It's Orioles every single day. If you bet their money line every single day, you're 16-8 and up 5 units. If you bet their run line, you're 14-10 and up 9.05. Although they've lost the last 2 run lines, we're still up 14.05 units doing this year. So any $100 bettors, that's $1,400. $1,000 bettors, $14,000 betting money line / run line on the Orioles. I'm going to keep on riding with it. So Orioles, money line, and run line. Obviously, that money line is not fun. I'm probably just betting the run line today, but I keep track of both, so that's why I have both of them on the Twitter post. Because obviously some of them were like minus 200 and something, minus 195s. I'm not betting the 195s. I'm betting the run lines those days. So, but
I'm aware. It's just nice. It's just interesting to see the money lines too.
Yes, because I wanted to make sure both of them. Yeah. By the way, Nuggets money line never in doubt. That is correct. Philly and Orlando both came through for us. Nick, but the Fakers was a double digit. Again, they didn't.
Marcos. Did you listen to my breakdowns of the game yesterday? Yes, Philly and Orlando. We bet them first half full game. The first half, Philly was my only loser. I told you, Lakers first quarter, first half. Don't bet them full game. So, that was the one game I didn't want to take the full game that I saw going down 3-0, but I still wanted to back the desperate team at home.
That's
so, yeah.
Lakers first half, Nuggets full game is a thing of this year.
Yeah,
even during the regular season. Even during the regular season.
Same script every game.
I guess the Suns will have to knock out Denver next round since LA can't do it. Yeah, okay.
Or the Timberwolves.
Bucks tonight and Phoenix. No, I'm on the Pacers. Clippers tonight too, yes. DMV parlay, Orioles, Nationals, Capitals. Get it. Orioles, yes. Old Ross Stripling is going to get shellacked. I like the sound of that. Here is all the posts for the Baltimore Orioles betting blindly experiment. So there you go. O's run line. Yes. Orioles run line and Rutschman over hits. Sure. Decided not to bet yesterday as it requires travel to do so. Would have went 6-1. Make me not want to take the day off ever again. That I know.
No days off.
I like the jersey, Nick. That's dope.
Appreciate it.
We're playing tomorrow, not today. We're off. I know. Oh, run line. Yes. By the way, Nick, are you betting this game at all?
It's a lean towards Oakland for me, but no play.
All right, I'm gonna put Baltimore. If you're not betting it, then if you're not betting the game, then I'm gonna put Baltimore up whenever you're not betting it.
All right. We'll move into the next game here. You guys know where I'm going to go for this game, but I feel like if I wasn't doing the experiment, this could be a Blue Jays play.
It does look like it.
We have the LA Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Gavin Stone and Chris Bassett, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a minus 125. It's down to a 116. So you can get the big bad Dodgers for a pick'em price, guys. How about that? Who wants the Dodgers at a pick'em price? Yeah. Line opened up at a minus 105 for the over 9. It's now a minus 115, so a 10-cent line movement towards this over as well. Ooh, 77% of the tickets and 76% of the cash on the Dodgers. And they've made this from a minus 125, guys, to a minus 115. And with 77% of the tickets and 76% of the cash on the Dodgers. So they're seeing all this Dodger money come in and say, hey, you want to bet the Dodgers? Sure, we'll give you a better price for it. 82% of the tickets and 87% of the cash is on the over in this game here, with the line moving slightly towards the over in this one as well. My screen just went dark, but I'm going to be betting the Blue Jays in this game. Let me get over to the pitching matchup. Come on, computer. There we go. Chris Bassett and Gavin Stone. Gavin Stone's been terrible this year. 6 ERA, 1.76 whip, 8 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%. 5 walks per 9, a 379 BABIP, but 305 FIP, and a 4.79 SIERA. On the flip side, Chris Bassett, 3.9 ERA, 1.59 whip, 8.46 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%. 4.55 walks per 9, a 342 BABIP, a 4.78 FIP, and a 4.48 SIERA. Bullpen advantage going towards the Dodgers. Hitting advantage does go towards the Dodgers, though, who are hitting righties pretty hard. 129 WRC plus, which is second in baseball, compared to the Blue Jays, which is 99 WRC plus, which is 17th. But I feel like with the Dodgers, it's not their hitting righties. It's the top 4 in their lineup is hitting righties and nobody else. I'm going to be on the Blue Jays in this game. and I'm going to find the best available number for it, which is plus 105 on Fanatics. So Blue Jays money line for me, plus 105 on Fanatics.
If you want to put it up, fine. I'll leave you in charge of if you have any plays in Blue Jay games or AL Central games. If you want to put them up on the site, go right ahead. I don't bet Blue Jay games, although this seems like a Blue Jays spot because the Dodgers are at such a short price. But I can't. I'm not doing it. No Blue Jays games besides the day after they got no hit. Whenever they play the Orioles in the last weekend of the year against the Marlins. That's it. So nothing in this one.
Fair.
Taking Baltimore. Yes. Dodger blue. No. Dodger at Pick'em is a bargain price. I think O's. Yes. Blue Jays, even money. Taking Toronto. I hear you, Nick, yesterday. I took LA first quarter, first half, but I also took full game. Well, that's where you messed up.
2-1's not bad. 2-1's not bad.
That's where you messed up. First 5 over 4.5. Okay. I'll go put it up.
Yep. Are you also able to put up the Toronto play? Am I lagging at all? Because on my end, it looks like I'm lagging bad.
No, you're not that bad.
Okay. It just
looks like. By the way, the line is not minus 150 anymore.
Yeah, I'm aware of that because when I typed this in, it was still Jesus Luzardo. This pisses me off because I probably should have just bet the Nationals last night. And this line opened up at 150, and it's reopened up this morning at a minus 135, and it's done nothing but fall because we have Maldonado starting, not Luzardo, against Trevor Williams. Line opened up at an 8.5, minus 105. It went down to an 8. It's back up to an 8.5. I'm still going to bet the Nationals. This is just, and I know people would be like, oh, the line's moved. Really, we're capping a totally different game now because it's not Luzardo. It's Maldonado, who is, I believe, making his debut. I'm getting plus 115 with the Nationals on Fanatics. I'm still going to bet the Nationals in this game. Pissed that we got such a terrible line on it, but I'll live. It's still plus money to fade the Marlins, who have not won a game as a favorite this year. And we have 84% tickets, 85% of the cash on the Marlins, and the line's dropping. But probably a decent amount of that was with Luzardo. Trevor Williams, that's been good. 2.91 ERA, 0.97 WHIP, 7.48 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%. 2.49 walks per 9, a 263 BABIP, but 2.33 FIP and a 3.80 Sierra. He's put up solid numbers. And then bullpen advantage, I believe, goes towards the Nationals as well. And the hitting advantage goes towards the Nationals here. 103 WRC plus, which is 11th against righties, compared to 83 WRC plus, which is 27th against righties for Miami. So I'm fine with the Nationals at any type of plus price tag in this game. I think the Nationals are a better team than the Marlins this year. So I am on the Washington Nationals at plus 115.
Yeah, we're just going to continue to fade. And it's just that simple. We're 18-8 the season while fading the Marlins. I'm just going to keep fading them. There's no point in really trying to not. I will say, yeah, they're 6-20. And we lost 2 run lines with them. Which one of them was the last game that they actually went to extra innings. But this is a Marlins team that we've been fading all year, and let's continue to fade them. We get plus money to do so. Natties today.
Yep.
Jamal, the Laker killer, Murray. I love it. Doing my usual Marlins, Nerfy, and whoever they face money line. Yep. Nationals plus 140. Also got first 5 under. Now I'm worried about that. When you bet it, did you list the action or did you list your pitchers? Mets and Phillies. I do like the Mets today, and I could see the Phillies today, yes. Speaking of the Mets.
Yeah, we have the New York Mets and the St. Louis Cardinals. New York Mets minus 125 favorites, total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. If my go and head over to the line history. Over on Bet Online, where its line opened up at a 123. It's up to a 128 for the Mets. Line moved towards the Mets. Line opened up at an 8 minus 110. It's now an 8 at plus 105. So we've had a move towards the under. We've had a move towards the Mets, expecting Jose Butto to pitch well, which he has this year. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, where 84% of the tickets and 92% of the cash is on the Mets in this one here. 73% of the tickets and 74% of the cash is on the over, though, with the line moving towards the under. I would like to back Jose Butto in this game, which I think there will be an opportunity to do so. And I think it's more for an under. The only thing that kind of worries me is Miles Mikolas, who is at 6.49 ERA, 1.52 whip, 6.84 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 2.39 walks per 9, a 3.37 BABIP, a 5.02 FIP, and a 4.28 CRA. He's not been very good. I do want to take a look at who he's faced, though, because I think if I remember right, he's faced some tough opponents so far. Milwaukee, Arizona, Philly, San Diego, LA. That's not a fun schedule to go up against. Milwaukee's been one of the better teams at hitting righties this year. Arizona's got some offense. Philly's got some offense. The Padres have underrated offense, and the Dodgers are the Dodgers. I'd probably rank the Mets around, fourth among, if you put them into a group with those 6 teams for offense. I would have the Dodgers, Phillies, and Padres above them, maybe. Maybe the Brewers. So I do think that this is not a terrible matchup for Miles Mikolas. The Mets against righties, 102 WRC plus, which is 13th. Nothing spectacular, just 2% over the average. And I do think Jose Butto can pitch well in this game because the Cardinals against righties are 25th in baseball at 86 WRC plus. So I will look for Butto to pitch well. I'll look for Miles Mikolas to pitch well. I also want to take one more look here at one more thing. Weather at Citi Field. Wind blowing out around 8 miles an hour, but that does die down to around 6, about an hour and a half into the game. I'm interested in a first 5 under in this game with the Mets and the Cardinals.
I want to go towards the Mets. This is Jose Butto that has been fantastic to start the year. He's given up 3 runs in 16 innings. It's quite tough, or 16 and a third innings against the Tigers, which we've seen a little bit from them. No earned runs against a high-powered offense in the Royals, and 2 earned runs against the Dodgers. That's even giving up 5 walks. And the Mets have won all 3 of the starts so far. I'm not a big fan of Miles Mikolas on the opposite side, who has been getting lit up this year. 19 earned runs in 26 innings. Yes, you could look at the teams that they've played with LA, with San Diego, with Philly, with Arizona, Milwaukee, but he is getting hammered. And I think the Mets can get to him today. I can get the Mets at minus 126. I like the Mets money line backing Jose Butto in this one, Nick.
Can I make one argument against the Mets real quick?
They're coming back from an out west road trip. It would have been that way if it wasn't Miles Mikolas. So, if it was, well, obviously I'm not backing St. Louis. I think St. Louis is going to be the worst team in that division, but it's Mets or nothing for me in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to move on this first 5 under. I can see the Mets bats starting off a little slow. And let me shop around for that number, which I believe I'll be able to get 4.5 around minus 120, minus 125 range over on Fanatics here.
Let's go Mets. Yes, Fernando, let's go Mets. I still bet the under 4.5 when Luzardo was still in. Well, good luck. I'll be putting my DK up to early promo on either the Nationals or the Mets.
I put it on the Blue Jays.
Either way. Mets minus 1.5. Largest bet, 2.5 units. Yeah, that's like a plus 170. Nice. I used mine on Philly. Mets to win the series. I like that. ESPN, this Marlins pitcher has never pitched in the major leagues before.
Yeah.
I don't even have the pitcher's name. It didn't really matter to me.
I took the first 5 under 4.5 minus 125 here.
Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Boston Red Sox and the Chicago Cubs. An interesting matchup here. This one was one of those games that usually there's 1 or 2 games when I type in the lines, it like jumps off the page for me type of thing here or catches my attention. We have the Cubbies here, and this is a pick'em with a total of 8 in this spot here. Let's take a look at the line history where it opened up with the Cubs at even money. It's now minus 107 for the Cubs with Imagina pitching today against Crawford. Line opened up at an 8, down to a 7.5 for this game as well. 94% of tickets, 96% of the cash coming on the over. Yet the lines moved from an 8 to a 7.5 in some spots. We have 54% of tickets, 52% of cash on the Cubs, and the line moving towards them there. We have Shota Imagina, who's been awesome this year, and Cutter Crawford, who's been awesome this year. We have Imagina, 0.84 ERA, 0.75 whip, 8.86 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%, 0.84 walks per 9, a 224 BABIP, a 208 FIP, and a 3.17 SIERA. Cutter Crawford, 0.66 ERA the last 30 days, 0.99 whip, 9.88 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%, 3.62 walks per 9, a 235 BABIP, a 2.28 FIP, and a 3.66 SIERA. Both pitchers have looked awesome. Bullpen advantage going towards the Red Sox. Hitting advantage going towards the Red Sox. 105 WRC plus, which is 13th against lefties compared to 99, which is 18th against righties for the Cubbies. And this matchup, maybe I'm falling for a trap here, but I'm interested in this under again. And I can get, can I get a 4.5 at a reasonable number? The answer to that is no. It's a 4 at minus 120. Damn it, I wanted the 4.5. Which may end up keeping me off this game. And we can look back at this game, and this could be like one of those. This game feels so obviously under that it goes over. So I'll stay off in this spot. It's a very fascinating game. I look to see what Magana does, which he still hasn't had that game where he's gotten hit yet. Could this be that game? I don't know, and I'm going to just lean towards the first 5 under, and that's it.
I want to bet games like this, but these are 2 teams that I'm really high on this year, and I don't feel like it would be a lean towards the Red Sox or nothing in this game. Cutter Crawford has been really solid, allowing a total of 2 earned runs in 26 1/3 innings. So he's been great, although the Red Sox have lost 3 out of his 5 starts. Interesting. On the opposite side, you got Shota Imagina, who's been fantastic as well. He's made 1 road start where he shut out the Seattle Mariners he didn't shut out. He had no earned runs, 1 unearned run in 5 1/3. Other than that, he's played all of his other games at home. He's allowed all of 2 earned runs in 21 1/3 innings pitched. So he's been great. So not both of these pitchers are pitchers I do not want to fade. But I agree with the thought on the total is this one seems like such an obvious under that it's probably going to go over. So I end up staying off this game, but I could easily see this one being a really good game.
Yeah, agreed.
I'll go back to the chat. Nick, if you're able to put up the rest of your hockey. The Mets have speed. The Mets have power. I hope so. I was the internet. I was taking – okay. Let's get first 5 under. Maybe. This should be an interesting one, Nick, because these are the 2 quote-unquote best teams in baseball.
Yeah.
Who had that?
I could have seen the Braves, but the Guardians doing it with the power of friendship is crazy. Let's do it. Cleveland Guardians and Atlanta Braves. Logan Allen, Chris Sale. Your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a minus 190. It's up to a 228 now. So we have a big move towards the Atlanta Braves in this game. Let's take a look here. Line opened up at a 9. It's down to an 8.5. So we will move towards the under and move towards the Braves here. We have 90% of tickets and 81% of the cash is on the over. Or on my bet, not on the over in this game. On the Braves in this game. Line moving towards them. public home favorite up in the 200 range. I feel this is a cash cow spot. And then 84% of tickets, 88% of cash on the over, and the line moving towards the under, which is interesting there. Taking a look at the pitching matchup, Logan Allen, Chris Sale. We have Logan Allen, 5.06 ERA, 1.39 whip, 7.09 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%, 3.04 walks per nine, a 286 BABIP, a 5.52 FIP, and a 4.31 SIERA. On the flip side, Chris Sale, 4.38 ERA, 1.05 whip, 9.85 strikeouts per nine, which is 28%. 2.19 walks per nine, a 279 BABIP, a 3.4 FIP, and a 3.02 SIERA. Bullpen advantage actually goes towards the Guardians in this game. And Sam, one of these teams are number one against left-handed pitching in the last 30 days.
And the other one's the Atlanta Braves.
Yep. 140 WRC plus for the Cleveland Guardians the last 30 days against lefties compared to 119, which is seventh for the Braves. So the Braves are still hitting lefties just fine. I think they have the pitching advantage with Chris Sale. They're at home. I know a lot of people are probably going to look at this line, see the Guardians at a really nice record, and say this line's too wide. And I have a feeling this is a cash cow spot. And I lean Braves run line in this game if I had to bet anything.
I can get Braves run line at -101 for the site, and I'm going to. I know this is kind of crazy, but the line tells you everything you need to know.
Correct.
The fact that they're -205 or 220 at this pace, Braves smashed in the spot. They probably win by 3, 4, 5 runs in this one. The Guardians have had a really good start to the season. I don't think they've lost a series yet. They lost the series to the Yankees. Other than that, this team has been really, really good, but they haven't really played much. So I expect some regression. This team is not going to be this good the entire year. I'll even say there's probably some value in the Guardians to miss the playoffs. At this point, there's probably some value there. So that's where I would look. I think the Guardians start to struggle. Braves run line in this one.
Yep, I got Braves run line at -105 on Fanatics.
Got it. First 5 under 4 in the Sox-Cubs game. Okay. Over. No value in the Guardians and Braves. It's not about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets. I like it. Good morning and good afternoon, Nick from Owen.
Yep.
Braves money line on a parlay and on a 5-team money line parlay today. Good luck. Lean Guardians plus 195 is a lot to take for the best left hitters. It is. Sorry. It is. But we went the opposite direction. Nick, I don't know what to do with this team.
Yeah. Sorry. Let me get back to the page here. There we go. Tampa Bay is a -230 road favorite. Then you look at their opponent, you're like, yeah, kind of makes sense. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have Tampa Bay Rays. They opened up as -200 favorites. They're now up to a 218. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's down to a 7.5. So we've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards the Rays in this game here. We have 64% of tickets and 64% of cash on the over, and the line's moving a full run down. I really don't have interest in unders when they move a full run down. Only a half run is really kind of where I'm looking at it. 91% of tickets, 96% of cash on the Rays, and the line moving towards it. This looks like probably one of the more unappealing games of the slate. Even though it's a massive mismatch on paper, but it's also a massive delay. Zach Evelyn, 3.68 ERA, 1.06 whip, 7.98 strikeouts per nine, which is 22%, 0.61 walks per nine, a 291 BABIP, a 3.46 FIP, and a 3.30 SIERA. On the flip side, Chris Flexen, 6.41 ERA, 1.42 whip, 5.05 strikeouts per nine, which is 13%, 3.2 walks per nine, a 270 BABIP, a 5.75 FIP, and a 5.20 SIERA. Hitting advantage goes towards the Rays, 103 WRC plus, which is 12th against righties compared to 66, which is dead last. I mean, it's Rays run line or nothing, but I have no interest in laying this type of number on the road with the Rays. Just absolutely not. So it's a simple pass here for me.
Did you see how big the run line is for the Rays? The best line I could find is -130. No, we're not betting that.
That with the last place baseball team right
now. This is the one of the easier passes on the card as well. For me, 3-22 is just Chicago White Sox team. I believe they've got to be the least profitable team in baseball. Yes. If you bet the White Sox every single day, you're down 1680. The only hey Nick, do you want to real quick on most negative teams in baseball? Do you want to take a guess on who the bottom 5 is?
The White Sox, the Marlins.
Yep.
The Astros.
Yep.
Rockies.
Yep.
Rays?
Nope. Rays are almost even.
That's right.
It's actually the Twinkies.
Twins.
The top 5 teams in baseball. Cleveland is number 1. Milwaukee's number 2. Chicago's number 3. Kansas City's number 4. And New York is number 5. Baltimore number 6. And then Atlanta and the other New York. Yankees are higher than the Mets. O's, yes, O's tonight. Nick, Dave's show tonight?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably. But I don't
Rays
think
-1.5 can be the juice. Yeah. 3-22. 3-22. In their victories, the Orioles have cashed the -1.5, whether normal or reverse, at a 14-2 clip. Yes, they have. They're 16. They're 16-8 on the money line and 14-10 on the run line this year. Yes. This one should be an interesting game.
Yeah, we have the Cincinnati Reds and the Texas Rangers. The Rangers -165 with a total of 9 in this game. We have, let's take a look here, Graham Ashcraft and Nathan Eovaldi. Your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 165. It's down to a 164. So we've had a massive 1 cent line movement towards the Reds. And then we had this line open up at a 9 at even money. It's a 9 at +107. So we've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards the Reds in this game here. 87% of tickets and 83% of cash is on the Rangers. The line moving towards the Reds. Interesting. 74% of tickets, 79% of cash on the over in this one as well, with the line moving towards the under. So just the market's just all in a funk in this game. Ashcraft is somebody who's gone off to a poor start that I expect better from. 5.24 ERA, 1.34 whip, 9.27 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 2.82 walks per 9, a 297 BABIP, a 4.37 FIP, and a 3.43 SIERA. On the flip side, Nathan Eovaldi, 3.3 ERA, 1.20 whip, 8.4 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 3.6 walks per 9, a 276 BABIP, a 4.09 FIP, and a 4.03 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Texas Rangers. Hitting advantage towards the Texas Rangers, 114 WRC+, which is 5th, compared to the Reds to 86, which is 24th. I'd rather bet against both these teams than bet on both these teams. And I mean, at the number, it's got to be Reds or nothing. Just at the number, I expect better from Graham Ashcraft, but how much better do I expect from him is the question. I do expect some positive regression from him, but is it enough for me to go ahead and back the Reds here? It'd be Reds first 5 or nothing. If I had to bet this game, I'm good though.
Yeah, no, I don't feel the need to go after this one either. Ashcraft, both these pitchers have kind of looked rough. Well, no, Eovaldi's looked a lot better than Ashcraft, I'll say that. Ashcraft has been getting hit up early. I think the Rangers are favored for a reason. So, and this big of favorites for a reason. I feel like this is a Ranger run line for me or nothing. Get some plus money there. I'm not a big believer in this Reds team. I'm not a big believer in this Rangers team either. So I end up staying off of this game though, Nick.
Fair.
Lean up to promo. Reds probably should have did it. I don't know about that. Unless you think they get a 2-0 lead early. But let's head to the next one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Milwaukee Brewers, the New York Yankees. I'm thinking Texas Rangers, New York, whatever. Let's get into it here, where we have Luis Gil and Colin Ray, their pitching matchup. Line opened up with the Yankees at a pick 'em and immediately went to 120. Now we're seeing 121. So we've had to move towards the Yankees this game. Line opened up at 8.5 minus 110. It's now an 8.5 or it's now a 9 and even money. So semi move towards the over there. With 49% of tickets, 54% of cash on the over. Line moving towards them. 72% of the tickets, 84% of cash is on the Yankees, and the line moving towards them here in this spot. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here, which we have Gil and Ray. Both these pitchers have been decent, but look like expect some negative regression coming their way. 2 points for Gil, 2.75 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, 13.27 strikeouts per 9, which is 35%. He does walk a lot of batters, 7.78. 216 BABIP, a 2.95 FIP, and a 4.40 SIERA. On the other side, Colin Ray, he's not going to give you too many innings. I believe he's going to go maybe 4, maybe 5, actually. So 2.08 ERA, 1.29 WHIP, 5.82 strikeouts per 9, which is 15%. 2.49 walks per 9, a 282 BABIP, a 4.03 FIP, and a 4.68 SIERA. Bullpen advantage going towards the Milwaukee Brewers. Hitting advantage also goes towards the Milwaukee Brewers. 121 WRC plus, which is 4th versus righties. And on the flip side, the Yankees hitting righties 213 WRC plus, which is 6th against them. I think this is a potential for an over in this game with this one. We see no weather really to worry about with it being in Milwaukee, it being a dome. So nothing to worry about there. I'm looking at this over, and I want to see if I could still find an 8.5. For over the total in this game. I think both these pitchers are due for some negative regression. Everyone's going to see the low ERAs and maybe be attracted to it with it being a 9 or 8.5, 9 range. And I can see both these pitchers getting hit. Both these offenses have been hitting as of late. So I'm gonna look for an over in this game here.
I think we should double up on this game, Nick. Because I like the Brewers as well at plus money. I think if the runs are going to get scored, most of them are going to be by the Brewers. This is a Yankee team that
the other way.
Really?
I think Colin Ray gets hit today.
Well, the thing for me is I believe in this Brewers offense more than I believe in the Yankee offense right now, and that's crazy to say. This is a Yankee offense that was held to 0 and 1 runs in 2 games of the A's series, the A's, and they struggle on offense. I like the over, yes. I also like the Brewers in this one. So those are the 2 that I like for this game.
I can't get behind the Brewers in this game. It's Yankees or nothing for me personally.
Okay. Well,
I'm taking the over though in this game. So
yeah, I will still do the over. Back to China.
Where do you leave off? Because I'm seeing 119 for me.
Oh, wow. 4.
Okay. That's a little different there. Feeling a sneaky spot for the Spankies off the embarrassing loss to Oakland. Yes. I could see this as a bounce back spot. You face Colin Ray, which is, I think, the worst that the Brewers have to offer. Leaning over. First of all, under 4.5. I don't like that. Colin Ray's batting practice. Yeah, I kind of lean Yankee team total over. Kind of. I think that's not a bad look either. It's a Yankee team total. But we've seen a lot of unders though this year, so that's kind of why I'm trying not to double up on overs right now. And I'll probably do that when the weather gets hotter, the scores go up, and that's when we start seeing 9 to 9.5s and 10s regularly rather than 7.5s and 8s. So about an 8. We have an 8 in this game. Minnesota Twins and the LA Angels. What a gorgeous matchup this one is. Bailey Ober and Patrick Sandoval, your pitching matchup for this game. Where this line opened up at a minus 105 for the Angels, it's up to a 115. So we've had to move towards LA in this game. Line opening up at an 8.5. It's down to an 8. So we've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards these Angels. 70% of the tickets and 96% of cash is coming in on the Twins. Whoa. And the line moving towards the Angels and Sandoval in this spot. 78% of tickets, 80% of cash on the over in this one here. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here where we have Patrick Sandoval and Bailey Ober. Ober, 4.91 ERA, 1.15 whip, 8.35 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 1.96 strikeouts per nine, or walks per nine, a 275 BABIP, a 4.09 FIP, and a 3.98 SIERA. On the flip side, Patrick Sandoval is not looked particularly great this year, 6.75 ERA, 1.83 whip, 10.13 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 5.91 walks per nine, a 381 BABIP, a 3.63 FIP, and a 4.46 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Twins for WRC plus, or for FIP and 2.78 SIERA compared to 4.73 and 3.94. Hitting advantage, 108 WRC plus for Minnesota against lefties. They hit lefties way better than they hit righties, and 97 WRC plus, which is 19 for the Angels. And for me, it's Angels first 5 or nothing is the way I'm leaning in this game, which I think is going to opt to be nothing. The market's screaming Angels. I actually was kind of point towards the Twins, which is going to end up keeping me off this game. But for me, if I had to bet anything, I'm taking the Angels in the first 5.
I feel like the Angels are always the quote-unquote sharp side. They're kind of similar to what the Cardinals always feel like the sharp side, and the Athletics always seem like the sharp side. I feel like the Angels are always another one of those teams that think, oh, there's value, and then they keep losing. I want nothing to do with this game. These are two teams that I don't really bet all that often, and I'm not really high on either one of them. So this is just another straight up pass. This game's kind of gross to me. So
yeah,
nothing.
It is.
Twins first 5. Ober had one bad game. Has been good since. Twins, Angels. Got 3 more baseball games left, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Philadelphia Phillies and the San Diego Padres rematch of the NLCS a couple years ago between these two squads. Let's get into the pitching or the line history in this one here between Aaron Nola and Joe Musgrove. Line opened up at a 109. It's down to a 108. So we've had a 1 cent line movement towards the Padres in this game here. Line opened up at a 7.5 minus 115. It's down to a 7.5 minus 112. It did get up to a 8, and it's come back down. So we've had a slight move towards the under. We've had a slight move towards the Padres. I'm not surprised there's been basically no line move because we have 50% of the tickets and 51% of the cash on the Phillies. 98% of the tickets, 99% of cash on the over. In this game here, the line did go up to an 8 at one point. It has come back down. Yeah. Joe Musgrove and Aaron Nola. Nola, 3.16 ERA, 1.09 whip, 7.47 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 2.87 walks per nine, a 217 BABIP, a 4.95 FIP, and a 3.99 SIERA. Musgrove is not like particularly great this year. 4.71 ERA, 1.36 whip. He has 6.59 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 2.83 walks per nine, a 316 BABIP, a 5.53 FIP, and a 4.43 SIERA. Bullpen advantage going towards the Phillies. Hitting advantage does go towards the Padres. 113 WRC plus, which is 7th, compared to 92, which is 21st. It's an interesting game maybe to watch. I see no edge on this game whatsoever. I see no way of finding a way to get on a side in this game here. No play for me.
I kind of like the Phillies here. I like Aaron Nola. He's been quite solid this year. He had the first start where he sucked against the Braves. After that, a win against the Nationals where he allowed no earned runs, 2 earned runs against the Cardinals, 1 earned run against the Colorado Rockies, and 2 earned runs against the White Sox. He's been good ever since. And I think he's able to shut down a Padre team. And Joe Musgrove, which I do not think Joe Musgrove is all that good. He's having a really rough year. 20 earned runs and 31 in third innings pitch. I think he gets hit. I like the Phillies at this pick'em price on the road. So I am going to be taking the Philadelphia Phillies in this one, Nick.
Fair. I don't know how to approach this game.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have the Phillies as an asterisk next to it, because right now we have 4 baseball plays for the site. If we don't get anything the last 2 games, then I'll end up putting Phillies up as the 5th pick.
Fair.
Phillies, Nola, under. I can see the under. All right, Nick. 2 games left. I have a feeling we're gonna get to the last game though.
Yeah, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Seattle Mariners minus 125 for the D-backs on the road, total of 7.5 in this game. We have Zach Gallen and Emerson Hancock, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 135 for these Diamondbacks. It's down to a 126. Line opened up at a 7. It's up to a 7.5, expecting Zach Gallen to get hit a little bit here. Let's see if the cash flow agrees with that here. 98% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on the over in this game. The line's moved up half a run. 80% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the Diamondbacks, and the line moving towards the Mariners in this game here. Definitely piques my interest towards Seattle Mariners here. All right, my spreadsheet has George Kirby projected, and it's not George Kirby. It's Emerson Hancock. So I have to go, I have to switch that to the right guy. Emerson Hancock. There we go. Which Hancock's not like great, but Zach Gallen 3 ERA, 1.30 WHIP, 10.67 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%. 2.67 walks per 9, a 352 BABIP, but 2.75 FIP and a 3.11 CR. He's looked good. Kind of want to take a look what his road numbers are. Hancock 6.1 ERA, 1.26 WHIP, 6.53 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%. 1.31 walks per 9, a 288 BABIP, a 4.95 FIP, and a 4.14 Sierra. Hitting advantage goes towards the Mariners, 114 WRC plus, which is versus righties compared to 89, which is 22nd. So Hancock has a decent matchup here in this game. Bullpen advantage would go slightly towards the Diamondbacks, but I kind of think I want the full 9 innings for the Mariners bats because they have an edge. I see a pretty decent edge over the Diamondbacks bats. And I would like to see what when you break down this game, I want to take a look at what Zach Gallen's done on the road this year.
He has not been good. He's had 2 starts on the road where he allowed 5 earned runs to the Giants and 3 earned runs, but a loss against the Colorado Rockies. I want to go towards an over because we've seen. I feel like Zach Gallen on the road is going to get hit, and that's the problem. That would be my big concern is him getting hit. So I like the over. I could see Hancock getting hit as well. These Diamondback bats are still going. They're still hitting just fine. They did get 1 run in the last game, but that was a day game after scoring 14. I like the over in this game, even in Seattle. I like the over 7.5 in the Mariners and D-backs game for me, Nick.
All right. I would like. I've taken 1 play in this game, and I took plus 110 with the Mariners. In this game, I expect Zach Gallen to get hit. And I kind of do lean towards the Mariners team total over at a 3.5. I'm going to move on this 3.5 too. I'm gonna look around here, find the best available number. I'm going to take a Mariners team total over here as well.
There you go. The fighting Phils. Capitals money line. He saw the video.
Yes.
Mariners money line 0.65 units. D-backs. Parley odds. Real Madrid Rays money line. Mets first half. Capitals $30 to win 500. Get it, Nathan. I like this game.
Yep. I'm also adding over on BetMGM. Minus 110 Mariners team total over 3.5. Let's get into this last game here. The San Francisco Giants and the Pittsburgh Pirates. We have Quentin Priester taking on Kyle Harrison. Line opened up at a 138 for the Giants. It's up to a 143. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 120. It's down 8.5 at plus 102. So we've had a move towards the Giants. We've had a move towards the over. Quentin Priester has been terrible. 8.31 ERA, 1.85 whip, 4.15 strikeouts per nine, which is 10%, 2.08 walks per nine, a 267 BABIP, 11.393 FIP, and a 3.35 SIERA. I'm aware he hasn't pitched much this year. He pitched a decent amount last year. He was terrible last year, too. Kyle Harrison, 5 ERA, 1.33 whip, 8 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 1.67 walks per nine, a 333 BABIP, a 4.57 FIP, and a 3.84 SIERA. Bullpen advantage does go towards the Pirates in this game. Hitting advantage goes towards the Pirates as well. 105 WRC plus, which is 14th, compared to 99, which is 16th, which is why I want to isolate this game. I want to fade Quentin Priester here, and I would like to take the San Francisco Giants. And I'm going to go with the first 5 in this game, which unfortunately I'm going to have to lay a half a run, which is really no big deal because it's minus 102. I see the Giants hitting Quentin Priester pretty hard in this game. But I don't trust the Giant bullpen for a full game. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab the first 5 run line here with them, which is going to be minus 102 over on FanDuel.
All right, we got our final play. I'm on the Giants, and it's just a fade of Priester. Every single start we see him out, he's getting hammered. He gave up 4 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings last game. He gave up 43 runs in 50 innings last year, and that's a really rough for him. He's just an extra arm in there. I mean, he's a young guy. He's supposed to be up and coming, but he's just not really gelling well right now in the MLB. He'll get there. I think he'll have a good couple of seasons. He's just not there yet. This line has moved towards the Giants. I got the Giants run line at plus 148. So that's how we're going to finish out today's card with a little bit of San Francisco Giants action in this one, Nick.
I like it.
Boom, and the entire card is up on the a member only thing now. So there you go. Back to the Giants. Going Seattle. Quentin Priester. Yeah, he's not good. Final 10-2. I could see that. Phillies and Giants moneyline parlay. Sure. Over first 5 innings. Also sure. I like it. Those are all the games for today. Before we head on out, we'll do a quick plug and then recap and then leave. New background or old background. If you guys are interested, or if you guys can, follow us on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. All of those are linked down below. I'm trying to grow all the channels. We post on those every single day. I just posted up the entire card for today. That is everything up on the site, including my college, everything on the site and my college baseball. So all of that is there. $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. So if you guys want it all typed out, nice and neat, was that like 30 cents a day? Something like that. Make sure you guys are checking that out if you guys are interested. Recap time. I like the Canucks, the Avs, the Oilers in hockey, Pacers, Clippers, Suns in basketball, Orioles run line, the Natties. I like the Mets, Braves run line. I like the Milwaukee Brewers in the over. I like the Phillies. I like the over in Seattle, and I like the Giants on the run line. Nick?
Yeah. Let's get up my bet stamp here so we can go over for today. I end up making plays on all 4 hockey games. It's the playoffs, sue me. Washington Capitals plus 145, bet 365. Nashville Predators minus 110, bet 365. Colorado Avalanche minus 1, bet MGM, and bet MGM as well. Edmonton Oilers moneyline minus 130. NBA, Indiana Pacers minus 5.5, bet MGM. Phoenix Suns first half minus 3.5, bet at 365. Phoenix Suns minus 115 for the first half. Phoenix Suns minus 4.5, minus 110 full game. Bet 365. In the baseballs, first 5 under 4, KC Detroit even money, ESPN bet. Toronto Blue Jays plus 105, Fanatics. St. Louis New York Mets first 5 under 4.5, minus 125, Fanatics. Washington Nationals for money line plus 115, Fanatics. Atlanta Braves run line minus 105, Fanatics. New York Milwaukee over 8.5, minus 115. Seattle Mariners money line plus 110, Fanatics. Seattle Mariners team total over 3.5, minus 110, bet MGM. San Francisco Giants first 5 minus a half, minus 102, FanDuel.
Right on. Over first 5. I like the over first 5. There you go. Pacers, Avs, Preds. It's a good way to go 2-1. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.